It's time for Music Corner. So now let's get to know Beethoven. And for Beethoven, he is the most known for his symphonies, for his Ninth Symphony. But he is much more than that. And if you really want to get to know Beethoven, I would rather not to start with the symphonies, but with his piano sonatas. And his piano sonatas are really some of the finest works written for piano ever. So if you are into piano and you want to get to know Beethoven, or you are just about to start getting to know classical music, this is the best place to start. And also through Beethoven's piano records, these offer an extreme challenge for your stereo system. So it's also a really fine audio experience. So when you are looking for a piano recording, then one of the most important choice is who is the interpreter. So first look for the person who is playing, because that's going to be the biggest impact on what you hear. Do not operate at that level to go for that recording, which is the most well-known hoity-toity audiophile edition recorded with the most fancy latest equipment, latest at the time. You can see it was not recorded last year, but nevertheless Gale records are, as you see, it's called Gale maximum fidelity recording. So all the Gale recordings are really dynamic recordings. However, as it's true for all audiophile special recordings, sound quality might be a stunner, but the interpreter, the person who is playing, they usually can't find the best interpreters. So here we have Peter Frankel playing the Appassionata, and then I will say a few words about that. However, it's not so easy that if it's an audiophile pressing, and then it will sound really good. You might find this recording nowadays at a really high price. However, there's this other one. This is with Anton Querti, and this is on Odyssey, Columbia record, and you will probably find this at a record sale for maybe like 10 cents or $1 if you are unlucky, at a fraction of the price. You can buy a whole collection of these recordings for the price of that single one. And yet, if you listen to these two, you will be extremely surprised. As you see, I'm putting some notes on all of my records. They are decorated with these stickers, and here, if I quote this, probably I will get some warning for language, because it says holy is SHIT dynamics and power. So actually, even though Gale is known for making super dynamic recordings, this trumps the Gale in dynamics and power. And here we have a fantastic interpreter, while that interpretation is not nearly at that level. So that's why it's better if you know a little bit about music, because it can save you tremendous amount of money and bring you a lot of happiness. And if you look through here, then most of these recordings are from record sales, and actually from Hawaii Public Radio record sales. And the thing with the records is that when you look at box sets, when you have a used box set, it's extremely cheap. The prices for them are ridiculously low. Even if you look on eBay, they have like almost non-existent prices. However, if you find any of these in an unopened condition, a mint condition, then the prices for them are ridiculously high. So my advice is look for box sets which are open, because the thing with them is that people usually buy these box sets as gifts for other friends whom they know they have some sort of classical interest, and usually, as always, they open it up after they receive it, listen to the first record, and that was it. So I would say in 95% of the box sets that I ever looked into, that's the case. The first side, the side A of the first record was played maybe 2 or 3 times, and all of the other records are not played, not a single time. So it's a really truly good way to start your record collection, to have box sets. However, the reason why people don't listen to other records in a box set, because it tends to get boring or people lose interest. Who wants to listen to a 3 or 4 hours long opera, right? So that's why people just want to hear just a favorite aria from there, just a soprano singing her heart out, and that's it, all well done, and we can forget about it. However, Beethoven's piano sonatas are not like that, and I can guarantee you that if you get a box set, even these two are the ones which are complete sets, so they have all of Beethoven's piano sonatas. Also, the Anton Querti edition, this is also complete, but this is like 6 volumes, or I don't know how many volumes. This is volume 4 out of it. Unfortunately I only have volume 4. I don't have the complete set. But if you would have done, you would have like 4 or maybe 5 box sets, probably 4, I would suspect. And these two are complete as well. And this is really amazing, because all of these box sets are phenomenal. Both the interpretation and recording quality is a stunner. And that's it. So here I have another one. This is, I have to mention, Ivan Moravec. He is a well-known pianist, and he is a really fantastic Beethoven interpreter. And this is a Connoisseur Society recording. They have done a lot of fine recordings, and they were a mail order label, so you could sign up and then they delivered records to your home. And then they have like a super nice set of red vinyl, so they issued those big box sets. I will show some of them too, and I had the fortune to pick them up, not them, just a couple, maybe like a 15 or a 20 box sets at one of the HPR record sales. I think I paid about $15 for the whole lot. And also the same thing when you go and look for records on a record sale, then at least here in Hawaii, when you check the classical section, usually there's 1 or 2 lost souls there who by some mistake wandered in. 99% of the action is in the pop and jazz corner, and these record sales last for several days, and on the last day there's always a big blowout sale, so you can put together your box, and about 90 to 100 records fit into a box. and you can get it for $20. And that used to be my tactics for these record sales, that on the first day go there, put together a couple of these boxes, and then next day walk in, pick up those boxes and pay $20 for each, hold them down to the car's trunk, and then go home and play them and just be happy. And as you see, that's how I ended up with so many records over a course of 20 years. And so I mentioned a few of the pianists. So here, this is Sviatoslav Richter, and it's an angel recording. And normally, if you would compare like the Gale to the angel, these two are known as the extremes in audiophile recording, Gale being top of the heap and angel regarded as bottom of the dregs. However, here we have a fantastic sounding angel recording with a fabulous interpretation, and we have actually the Gale. I think it doesn't sound as good as the angel, let's be honest. It's what were my notes that I said? It said very clean but sterile sound. 3D image is not right. Moravec sounds better. Interpretation is shallow. So that's it. So this is the Moravec that I compared it against. And as you see, I also have some notes on the EQ of these records. So not all of them are played best through the same EQ. And if you see like this one, the Gale would play with the standard RIAA curve. The Deutsche Grammophon, same thing. Here we have the Claudia-Rau and Philips. It plays best on a curve that's the CBS curve. Here, this also prefers the CBS curve, and this one, the Richter, it uses another EQ curve which is like a really old one. So if you have old mono records, then when you play them with that EQ, this record will play the best with that. If you play it with modern RIAA curve, it will sound like a limited old recording. So I think that's it for now. That's it for these Beethoven recordings, and then let's meet you again next time in this music corner. I will show you, compare my notes on 7 pianists on 6 different labels, and let's see what were my impressions of both their playing style and recording quality as well. So I hope that will help you to start up to start your Beethoven collection, maybe, if you want to, or just getting to know Beethoven. As you see, I'm really into Beethoven, and I do listen regularly all of these recordings. I had many more, but I narrowed them down to these piano sonatas. These are the ones that I have found are the best in both in interpretation and sound quality. And this is one of the very, very rare occasions in classical music where we can find absolutely smashing, fantastic recording quality and interpretation as well. I hope you liked it, and please subscribe and like, and we'll see you at the next music corner. Bye bye.